Hi there, and thanks for joining us on KARE 11 News at noon. For the first time since last weekend's deadly Burnsville shooting, investigators are shining some light on what first responders Paul Elmstrand, Matthew Ruge, and Adam Finseth faced when called to action. Lou Raguse takes us through the new information and what we're still waiting to learn.
More than 100 shots. That's what Burnsville police had to sustain after they attempted to negotiate and remove 7 children from the home of Shannon Gooden, according to the BCA. And the latest release makes it unclear whether police knew there were guns in the house when they arrived at 2 a.m. It says Gooden claimed to be unarmed inside the home with kids inside, so officers went into the house and negotiated with him for 3.5 hours. At 5:26 a.m., the BCA says Gooden fired without warning.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Shots fired. Shots fired.
Hitting officers Adam Medlicott, Paul Elmstrand, and Matthew Ruge.
Two down, officer down. Two down, officer down.
Officers returned fire, hitting Gooden in the leg, then tried to get out of the house to an armored truck.
He's firing more shots. Officers inside, fall back. Anyone inside, fall back.
According to the BCA, that's when Medlicott and Ruge were shot a second time, and firefighter paramedic Adam Finseth was shot trying to help the officers. In the home, the BCA recovered several guns and a large amount of ammunition, along with all those spent rifle casings. They're now reviewing body and squad car camera video as part of their investigation.
A fund to help the families of the fallen first responders is set up right now. If you text the word donate to 763-797-7215, we'll respond with a link to that site. Developing in the last 2 hours, we got word that a man was found dead inside of the Crow Wing County Jail last night. The sheriff's office says jail staff found the man unresponsive in his cell after he was booked for a DWI. Paramedics were called, but they couldn't save him. The Minnesota BCA and Department of Corrections are investigating. Right now, police in Brooklyn Park are looking for a suspect following a late-night shooting. Police say the victim is in serious condition and happened just before 11 at an apartment building on 69th Street near Northview Middle School. So far, there have been no arrests. Well, throughout the day today, St. Paul teachers and district leaders are meeting to try to avoid a potential strike. The union and its 4,000 members won a new contract, which includes more money than the district is willing to give. The two sides need to find some common ground today to avoid a second strike in 4 years. Another thing we're keeping an eye on today is, of course, the drop in temperatures. Ben, yesterday I was frolicking. Today, not frolicking so much.
Yeah, maybe not the best frolicking day, but have no fear. This is a very brief cool down, and by the time we head into tomorrow afternoon, you can resume said frolicking. Let's take a look outside right now. We have a lot of cloud cover than what we've seen over the last couple of days. This is a cold front, a pretty sharp one in that is passing through from north to south, and you can see radar is picking up on some light snow showers in and around the St. Cloud area. Duluth seeing some lake effect snow as well as parts of central Wisconsin. So we're not looking at any accumulating snow, but just don't be surprised to see some flakes and flurries as that front passes by. Temperature-wise, near 40 to the south, and we're nearing single digits to the north. Right now, we're still above freezing in the Twin Cities, but temperatures are going to hold pretty steady as we head into the afternoon with some peaks of sunshine later today. Again, a brief cool down. Temperatures warm as we head into the weekend, even 60 possible by Monday. We're going to be experiencing a roller coaster in temperatures over the next week or so. We'll talk about the highs and lows in your forecasts coming up, Alexis.
Ben, thank you so much. Well, today, Minneapolis leaders are focusing on getting more people into Black-owned businesses. Just a couple of hours ago, Mayor Jacob Frey stopped by Wrench Construction asking that the community support, invest, and empower minority-owned businesses. His office says small businesses are helping to build more inclusive and equitable communities. We'll hear much more on this effort this afternoon on our news at 4. AT&T now says its nationwide outage is over. The problems with the network service affected tens of thousands of people yesterday. The company says it was likely caused by a processing error and not a cyber attack. The FCC is investigating the mishap with help from the FBI and Homeland Security. There are just 4 more days until Super Tuesday, when Minnesotans vote in the presidential primary. Tomorrow is South Carolina's Republican Party. That's Nikki Haley's home state, where she served as governor for 6 years. Right now, former President Donald Trump has 63 delegates compared to Haley's 17. Haley is vowing to stay in the race and is expected to make a stop in Minnesota on Monday. Well, back at home, there will be more people on board the Metro Transit light rails to make sure everyone stays safe. Cece Gaines gives us a look at the new program.
Hey there, so new agents, they started their shift bright and early this morning at 6 a.m. They hopped on the Metro, the blue and green lines, and they'll be riding those until about 10 p.m. They're going to be in these royal blue uniforms, so they'll be hard to miss. Let's take a look now at your screen of what they'll be doing while they're on the Metro. So one, they're called trip agents, and they'll be inspecting your fares and giving out citations to people who try to skip out on paying. They'll educate you about what you can and can't do on the Metro, like playing loud music, smoking, doing drugs. And if necessary, they know how to administer first aid and Narcan. You can also rely on them to answer your questions about routes and schedules, or just to connect you with social service programs. So again, agents, they're going to be in royal blue uniforms on the Metro, blue and green line from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Back to you.
In less than 6 hours, Minnesota police officers and firefighters are hitting the ice for the 8th annual Guns N' Hoses hockey competition. Tonight's charity game will be dedicated to the 3 first responders killed in Burnsville. The game is free, but there are opportunities to raise funds for first responders across the state. It's all happening at 6 tonight at the Super Rink in Blaine.